Hey.
Welcome back, guys. This is day 12 of 25 days of Chrissy, cooking with Chrissy, Chrissy's Vlogmas, whatever you guys want to call it. This is day 12. This video is going to be a 2-in-1, day 11 and day 12, because we're finishing off our Coquito cheesecake today. So if you guys just skimmed through the video, we made a Coquito cheesecake using my Coquito that I make. This is just a traditional one. I did not add alcohol in this one, but if you wanted to, you can definitely add the rum, because it is going to get cooked out, but you'll still kind of get that rum flavor. I just didn't want to. So this is traditional non-alcohol Coquito, but this is the Coquito that I make. So we made a cheesecake with it, and today we're going to make the Coquito topping for it and finish it all up. So if you guys have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get right into it, guys. So we're going to unveil our cheesecake today. And yesterday our cheesecake baked for a while, probably baked for about an hour, 20 minutes or so. I think that I did take a peek at it, of course, before I do anything, but I think that I have to bake it specifically for this flavor, the Coquito one. I think I have to bake it at a lower temperature for longer, just because the sides are a little darker than I would like. But at the time that the timer finished, it was still kind of jiggly, but not jiggly where it was like good where you could take it out, but jiggly. So I had to keep it in a longer, and so I think that I have to bake it at maybe 300 or 315, something like that, but for longer. So probably for like an hour and a half or somewhat, so that we don't get that caramelization. But it's not bad. We're gonna like I said, we're gonna take it out. We're gonna finish this up. So it did sink a little bit, as you guys can see in the middle. It sunk. So I wonder if I should try the water. I'm not gonna try the water bath technique, but I think I'm gonna next time leave it with the oven open for about an hour. It says to leave the oven open, but I think that's more for the steam. You see it has some condensation here, but that's okay. It's not bad. So this angle may not be the best angle, but I really want you guys to focus more on the cheesecake rather than me. So we're gonna have to do it this way. But I mean, yeah, I really want you to focus on the cheesecake. So I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit. You're gonna see most of my body. Don't mind it. I'm still gonna talk because, like I said, I want you to really see the cheesecake. So this pan is super easy to unbox it. You just unclick it and it lifts off, and look, that's a beautiful crust. If you guys can see, it has, you know, the dark color. That's not all crust, but that is some crust. That's just from it being cooked long. But look at that! Wow, that's a nice layer of crust there. Look how beautiful. And it's not burnt, it's just nice and caramelized. So we have to take this off the tray, because as you guys can see, it has a tray underneath. Let's put it on top of here so we're not getting all dirty. I have this is a spatula. I'm trying to think what the name is because I totally forgot, but this is some kind of spatula, and it's very helpful for getting this cheesecake off. So you just go from underneath. Ugh, don't hurt my crust. Don't hurt my crust. Before I put it away yesterday, I did also take this spatula. Oh, this is an offset spatula. I did take this spatula and I ran it through the side, so I kind of like went like this before I took it out the pan before I put it away yesterday, just to loosen it up so that we could take it off nice and easy today. That was super easy the way that it came off. We're gonna move it to this pan, so let's just try from here. I'm like a little scared, but we got this. Oh, let's just go around the cake. All right, here we go, guys. Look at that. Let me show you. Let's see if we can just do this quick. Look, this has no pan on it. Look at that crust. Wow. This is beautiful. I'm very proud of this. Look at that. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. I can't wait to top it. Let's get started. Before we get started, I want to show you guys this. So you see how I mentioned it kind of went in? This is okay, especially if it was like a summertime kind of cheesecake and you wanted to add fresh berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, do like a kind of jam on top, or like, you know, one of those thicker jellies. This is perfect. And then this is also going to be good for our topping, because it's basically like a little bowl. So we're going to sit it right in this little bowl, and it's going to be delicious. For our topping, it's going to be very easy. We're just taking a cup of Coquito. So I only have my half cup measure here, so we're going to take 2 of these. I hope you guys can see. 1, 2. Thinking if this is enough. let's do 2.5 just to be on the safe side, make sure we have enough. It did only call for a cup, but we're gonna do just 1.5 cups just to see how, just to make sure, because that is a big cheesecake, and being that it is indented in, maybe having a little bit more would give it just like a little thicker of a crust or of a topping. What we're also gonna do is we're gonna take a tablespoon of cornstarch. We're using this because we want to thicken this juice or this milk. We want to thicken this to make it like a sauce or like a custard kind of thing. So we take a tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm gonna take a tablespoon of the coquito mix from the pot before I put it on, and we're gonna make a slurry. So as I explained to you guys yesterday what a slurry is, or I don't know if I did explain to you, but a slurry is basically same part water as cornstarch, and with that you mix it around. I'm gonna put a little bit more because this is thick. You mix it up with the cornstarch so it becomes like a kind of a liquid. And when you are making like pastry cream or like making any kind of sauce that you want to thicken up, like we did the fajitas, I believe I used flour for that though, but it's the same kind of thing. You make this so that when it heats up, it thickens up the sauce. So see, it still looks like milk, but this is a slurry. This is the cornstarch mixed in. We're gonna heat this coquito up for just a few minutes. We want it to be on a low simmer so that we can pour the slurry in. With that, then we cook it just a little bit more, and you guys will see while we cook it. You want to pay attention to your coquito mixture on here also, because you don't want it to boil. We just want it to simmer just a little bit. If you are making it with rum, like if this does have rum, you want it to just to simmer a little bit more, like a light rolling boil, only because you want to cook out that alcohol. You don't want that alcohol to be in there. You want the flavor from the alcohol, but you don't want the alcohol, especially if you want to like have kids enjoy this too. So you want to make sure, you know, you cook that alcohol out. So you put it in for, you'll do it till it's simmering. Simmering basically means like little bubbles that start bubbling up. So I'll show you guys once we're at a simmer. And as we wait, I will enjoy some coquito because I love my coquito. I'm not gonna drink a lot though because I'm pretty full for breakfast today. I could drink this year round. This is so good. I just want to show you guys how the mixture is looking. Do you see in these little, like around the milk, you see how it has like just slight bubbles bubbling? That's what you want. You don't want it to get higher than that. You want it to be at a simmer. So with that, now that we're at a simmer, I'm going to pour in this slurry. And I'm going to keep stirring it, but very slowly. I want to do like a gentle stir until it becomes thicker. And if you feel like it's not thickening, you can add a little more cornstarch, you know, like another little slurry. But let's see how this goes. The recipe says you want it to where it's like a ketchup consistency. This is getting too hot, so let's lower this. It's boiling. We don't want it to boil. But you want it to where it's like a thick consistency. That's what it says. You don't want to add too much cornstarch because if you add too much, it can definitely alter the flavor and give it a more starchy flavor. So you don't want that. You want to just add it in gradually. So I added a smidge more of cornstarch. I didn't make the slurry. I just sprinkled a little bit in. As you guys can see, I got powder all over. But I just added a little bit more just because although it was pulling away from the spoon, which you wanted to kind of do that, I just wanted it a little bit thicker. Make sure that when it cools down nicely where we can, you know, have like a cream. But that's what you're looking for. You're looking for when you put your finger through it, they're separate. They don't go together. Let me show you guys. You guys see I have a little bit of those balls. That's the cornstarch. I'm going to pick those out, but that's why you want to make a slurry. Because I didn't make a slurry the second time, that's why those are there. But you see the milk is a little bit thicker. And when we did the finger test, it was separate. It didn't go back together. So when you do that test, that means that your cream or your milk, in this case our milk, is ready to cool. I'm going to take my small Pyrex bowl. I'm just going to pour it into there to let it cool. We're going to allow this to cool to room temperature. Once it's cool enough, we're going to top our cheesecake, put it in the fridge, and then it's finito. Let me just show you guys. Look how thick it is. This looks like oatmeal, like farina. So you want a consistency like that. That looks so good, and it smells really, really good too. Okay guys, so our cream, or whatever you want to call this, our topping is room temperature. And let me tell you guys, it legit tastes like farina. Like if you make farina, it tastes like farina. It's creamy like farina. It has cinnamon. I must say the boiling of it really intensified that cinnamon flavor. This is delicious. I can eat it on its own. But if you guys could see, it's thick, you know, and once we put it in the fridge with the cheesecake, it's gonna settle up like a pastry cream. So you see that? That's what you want. It's delicious. And I also made it cool faster. It probably took like 15 minutes to cool because I kept stirring it here and there periodically just so that I can get the hot air out and help it get to room temperature faster. So what we're gonna do is, it says ladle, I'm gonna just pour. Being that we have this kind of like dome in here, this flatness, I'm gonna pour it in and just smooth it out. And then we'll just put it right in the fridge. So here we go. I'm happy I added the extra half cup, honestly. Because it's going to give this topping just like a little bit of thickness, like height. Oh my gosh. Can you guys see? I'm going to put the cameras where you told them. Look at that. Look how freaking beautiful. And that thing, this part, it just gives it like a crust. So that's just all amazing coquito sitting in there. Oh, look at how beautiful and smooth it looks. I'm in love right now. So last but totally not least, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna cover, I'm gonna let it sit out just for a second, just in case there is any heat left on here. I don't want it to go into the cover. So I'm gonna let this sit out for like maybe 5 minutes. I'm gonna cover it and put it in the fridge. And then I'm gonna let it sit in the fridge for, let's say, about an hour. So right now it's 4 o'clock, it's 3:53. I'm gonna check back on it at 5 o'clock and we'll do a cut and taste test. I'm excited. I'm so excited. This just looks delicious. So I'll be back at 5 o'clock. We'll be back in an hour and we'll finish this up. All right, guys. So the time is here. It is about 5 o'clock, 4:58. So it's time for the reveal. I'm going to show you guys how it looks first, all set up and everything, and then we're gonna cut into it. Oh my God. Look at how beautiful. It looks so nice and smooth. Let me just, oh, it's still a little tacky. Look how delicious it looks. I cannot wait to cut into it. So you guys can see I decorated it a little bit. I just put some cinnamon sticks on top because I had to take a picture, you know. If you wanted to, you can definitely leave this in the fridge for longer because you see it's still a little loose, but that's okay. It's not, it doesn't look like it's gonna drip down once we cut it, or it might, but look at that. Now it's time for the big cut. The do or die moment. Oh my gosh. Can I get through this press? Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm breaking the thing. Oh my God, okay. Let's see, guys. I hope you guys can see this. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Just wow. All right, let's zoom in on this really quick. Let's see how it is. From what I can see over here, looks like it may be overcooked a little, but we don't know. But do you see how that just drips down nice and thick? Look at over here. What? Now it's the taste test. So, dang, that looks so good. Okay. It's so creamy. Oh my God, it's so good. Has a nice cinnamon taste to it. Let me see. The crust has a nice bite to it. I do wish the crust was a little softer, so I have to figure out how to get the crust softer. But other than that, this is legit coquito in a cake. This is so freaking good. The cheesecake looks like it could be a little dry, but it's not. Like, it looks like a little curdled, but it's not. So smooth, so good. It's really, really good. I can't believe this. I mean, I could believe it because my other cheesecake is good, but. And then with the coquito on top. Wow. This is fucking great. Wow. This is delicious, guys. I'm going to end up eating this whole thing on camera with you. Very, very good. 10 out of 10 recommend it. Guys, if you're going to try anything out of all these Vlogmases, try this. This is so, it really is delicious. It really, really is. It didn't take anything extra than what I would normally do. Like I said, I need to try to learn how to get my crust like a little softer. But other than that, this shit is a 10 out of 10. It is so freaking good. So I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed this Vlogmas day 11 and 12. If you guys have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. And I'm just going to finish this cheesecake while you guys stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Bye.